Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Dee. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you are not new, thank you so much for coming back. So today is the palette challenge update for March. I will tell you guys, I didn't do so hot or so great this month, but I'm going to share with you what I did use and all of that. So for the palettes, this is a palette challenge that was made by Nat from Little Miss Nat, and she invited myself and Beth from Little Betsy _79 to do this. I believe there's another group that does it as well. They are separate from us, but there is another group as well that is currently doing it. But you are to use a palette 5 or more times to earn 1 point for that palette. And then you're to use, I think 3 or more shadows, I believe is what it is in each look to count it. And then on the face palettes, you're to use every item in that face palette that you're able to use. So if it's like a bronzer that is super deeper or a highlight that's deeper and it's more for summertime, then that's not required. But if it is a face palette, you can use every product in it. You have to use each one 3 or more times in order to get 1 point for that palette. So let's just go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you the palettes that I did use. The first palette that I did use 5 or more times was the Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. And I did use this palette 5 times. And that is what it looks like. You could see that I got some usage in there. I really do enjoy this palette. I'm so glad to have it. I have pretty much dipped in almost all of the shades, maybe just a few of the blues on this side I have not, but most of the shades I have dipped in. I love this palette, so I do get 1 point for this one. I have my little notepad right here. Okay, the next palette is the Tarte BU palette right there. My husband got me this palette actually when this first came out. I think he was just intrigued with the uniqueness of the palette and all of that. But this is a very beautiful neutrals palette, very pigmented palette. The shimmers are really buttery. The mattes are nice. But I did dig into almost every shade in this palette and did several more natural everyday looks. And I really do love this. And I'm glad that I pulled this palette because I had not used this since the time I bought this, which was when it came out. It's been years ago, at least a couple years. And so this was actually my second time pulling the palette since I've had it. And I'm just so glad to have it. It's very, very pretty. So I did get a point for that one. So that puts me at 2 points so far. This palette, I was very close to... what I do with it. Oh, I'm using it right here. Okay, so don't worry about that. So only 2 palettes this month, guys. I didn't do very good, like I said. I just did not, do good. It's a little harder now that we have to use it 5 or more times. Before, we only had to use it 3 or more times. So it is a bit harder now. Now, face palettes. This is my Tarte face palette. This is the Double Duty Beauty. And that is what it looks like. And it has a bronzer and a highlighter. I really love this. This is an older item as well that I have had. And I do love, love, love this. So beautiful. Such a beautiful bronzer and highlighter. It's what I have on my face today. It can be a little muddy if I go into heavy, but other than that, it's not bad if I just take it with a light hand. So I have used this. Now the face palettes, like I said, you have to use, so this has 2 items in the palette. So you have to use this one and this one 3 or more times to count it for a point in order to get a point for this palette. So each one has to be used 3 or more times. So I used it 9 times, each item 9 times. So that means I get 3 points for this palette because I use the bronzer 9 times and the highlighter 9 times. You put them into 3 times each, 3 or more to get a point, and I did. So I get 3 points for this, so that's great. Guess I can make up on this. on these palettes versus my eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so the next item, so I get 3 points for that. The next item is my e.l.f. Fit. Sorry about all the dual chrome and all that mirrored packaging. This is the e.l.f. Face Natural Glow Face Palette right there. So it has a bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlighter. And so all of these I have to use 3 or more times because I am able to. I know on camera this is looking pretty dark, but honestly, it's really not that dark in person. There you go right there. It's perfect for my skin tone. This shade here is a little light. It doesn't really come up, so I just do the 2 in conjunction, and this one does come up really nicely. But I have used each item 6 times, so that will give me 2 points. So I used every item in this palette 6 times each. And so because I have to do it 3 or more times, I will get 6 times each. So that's 3 and 3. So I get 2 points for that palette, for that e.l.f. face palette. Okay, and then the last one is this blush palette that I got from BH Cosmetics right there. This was in a recent haul that I did. If you have not seen that, I will put that up on the screen. But this is just a very pretty blush palette. I absolutely love it. It smells amazing. The shadows are, the blushes are so pigmented. I love this palette, and I've been playing in it since it was newer to me. I've only used I used every single shade in this palette 4 times. So it will give me 1 point for this palette. So I used every shade 4 times. So not bad. 1 point is better than none. So I thought I used it more, but I guess I didn't tally it, so that is okay. So I get 1 point for that. Okay, so right now, for the 2 palettes I used and the 3 face palettes, I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 points. So for March, I gained 8 points. However, I did have 4 hauls. So I had an Ulta haul, a Profusion haul, a BoxyCharm, because that's my monthly subscription, because I haven't decided if I want to play it in full, which I may just go ahead and do for the year since I'm unsure. I only have 2 subscriptions now. That's my Ipsy and my Boxy. I used to have the premium Allure. And so I did cancel those. So yeah, so I did 4 hauls this month. Again, that was an Ulta haul, Profusion Cosmetics, my BoxyCharm monthly box, and my Ipsy monthly box, because I do not have it paid in full right now, which I think I might, because so that I can not lose those points every month. If it is a yearly subscription, if I pay it in advance, then it's not considered a haul. It'll be just for that time frame. So I did minus 4 points. So I did gain 4 points for this month. So for the month of March, my points were 4 points. Not great. I'm not really happy about it. Yeah, I haven't been doing so great when it comes to this palette challenge. Let me see what I got last month, because I don't recall. Let's see. Well, I did better last month, actually. You could see right here on my list all my writings and how I used all that. Compared to this month, you see, it's not that good at all. You could see that, like, not good at all. So, but in February, I got 14 points. So 14, 6 I got in January, 14 in February. That was minus my hauls. And then, yeah, and then so February I got 14, and then like I said, for March, 4 points. So not too great, but you know, it is what it is. I'll just try to do better next month and see how I can do. So yeah, that is my update for this month. Definitely check out the ladies, see where they are at. I'm pretty sure they both have used a lot. They have a lot of projects going on as well, so they use a lot more products than I do. So definitely check them out and see how they did. this month, but I thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you did enjoy this, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It would be so appreciated. And if you're not subscribed, of course, I'd love for you to subscribe. And if not, no worries. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.